Introducing the 2 racks a week challenge.
Don't shoot. Which I need some proof. Just watch my videos, man.
Video and then, you know, you were just showing all your 2,500. I said, okay. All right, that's me with that.
68 hours, so it was $2,075.60.
I work like 70, I don't remember, like 73, 74 hours. I made like 3,400, close to 3,500.
I made $2,001.
62 hours, and I had 2,400.
Introducing the 2 racks a week challenge.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have another winner of the 2 racks a week challenge, man. Here we have Eric. Eric, give a quick introduction. Let her know which platform you're driving on and exactly which market are you driving in.
I'm Eric McCall. I'm driving on Lyft platform. I'm driving in New Orleans market.
Okay, shout out to New Orleans. Yeah, I think you probably like the 4th or 5th person in New Orleans, so shout out to you. And ladies and gentlemen, Eric is officially the 100th person to come on this channel and do record an interview. So we hit 100 people. Congratulations to everybody who's made it, who came on willing to share the story. And I'm happy because we finally got 100. I knew it was going to happen this year, but, you know, we finally got 100, man. So that's just a, quick announcement, and goes to show, anything is possible. If you really want to achieve the 2 racks a week, it's on you. So, back to the interview. So, Eric, you said you drive the Lyft platform in New Orleans. So how long exactly have you been driving Lyft?
I've been for like 6 years off and on, like between jobs and, while I had a job. But like around August, my vehicle went down, so I couldn't do my job. So I kind of rented a vehicle through Uber. So I started doing it full time like that. It's something I had been thinking about doing, but really was just kind of scared to pull the trigger.
Okay.
But I kind of got forced into it. So when my vehicle went down, I rented a vehicle through Uber and started doing it full time. So since August until now, I've been doing it full time.
Okay, nice. And if you don't mind sharing, like, where exactly were you doing part? I assume that you was driving part-time. You had another job, right? Were you using your vehicle for your other job, or?
Yeah, I was a cable internet installation technician.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so I was a contractor, outside contractor, using my own vehicle for that. And I got my oil change at one of the little 5-minute oil change places. And like less than a week later, like, it fucking killed my engine, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I'm like, man, I got forced to do it. Like I said, man, you know what? I'm about to just hit Uber up, see if I can get a rental from them, and I'm gonna just do it full time. The hell with it till I get my car fixed. So I was trying to get the oil change place to fix my vehicle. I was trying to get them to do it, get them to pay for it. And so, while dealing with that, I said, well, I'm gonna just drive until they come to a conclusion. And that's kind of where it started at, man. So I just been grinding ever since, every day, 6 days a week. I take Sunday to myself with my family, stuff like that. So do it 6 days a week.
All right, nice. And I know, some people in the audience probably going to be wondering, like, okay, so you were doing like cable installation and driving, part-time. What was it like? They're going to be thinking, why didn't you pull the trigger to do it, full time, in the past? Like, was the cable installation job, that good, or like what was keeping you there?
Just fear. I would say
Oh, okay.
that was the biggest thing. Just fear, like because like right before I had to pull the trigger full time. I was like in between cable jobs, internet jobs. I
Okay.
would be picking up people and bringing them, still on the job. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, yeah.
I was a contractor, wasn't really punching the clock, so I just pick people up. And so what
Okay.
wound up happening was like between like Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday, I'll be the made just made doing a few rides a day. I'll be the made like three, 400, well, like $300, $300. And then on Saturdays, I was off on weekends. So Saturday evening, I just go driving. So about just doing that a few days throughout the week and Saturday, pretty much all night, I would be like at $500. So I'm
Okay.
like, man, you know what? I said, man, I should do this shit full time, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, it's just something about, having that ready income coming in, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was just fear, man. 'Cause I knew I can do it, you know what I'm saying? But it was just fear of the unknowns, fear of what if they don't have enough rides? Or
Yeah.
just what if,
Right.
till I got put in a situation so I had to see what if, you
What
know what I'm
if didn't
saying? What
matter
what
at
if
that point?
Yeah, it didn't matter, you know what I'm saying? So what if I could do it full time? Or what if I could make more than I'm making on the job? So I got put in that predicament. And I tell you, the first week I did it full time, man, I hit like 1,400.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? First week, 1,400. In the Uber rental, I'm paying them like $330 a week for the rental.
Yeah.
So between paying for the rental, paying for gas, you know, I still came out with like a grand,
Hmm.
but I still had a couple checks coming in from the job, stuff
Okay.
like that there. So so what wound up happening is like about a month ago, I just like, man, I'm tired of paying for this rental car. I gotta do something. So the people, the all chain play, they decided they weren't gonna pay for it. They decided they weren't liable. I'm like, man, I can't keep spending 13, 1400
Yep.
dollars a month on a rental and still having to pay the car note for a car
Yeah.
that I can't even drive.
Right.
I'm almost at 2 grand a
Yeah.
month just
Just
doing
some
that.
cars.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm like, but I'm making it, so I ain't really tripping. So I'm like, man, I got to do something. So made a couple calls, and so went to the dealership, man, and I was able to trade that car in, even though it wasn't running. Able to trade it in, and I got my credit union on the line. They did what they do, and now I got me a brand new truck. You know what I'm saying? 2024 Ford F-150. So
Okay.
I'm just doing the thing out of that now, man.
All
So
right. All right. Nice, man. And you know, one, I'm glad that you was able to get out that situation, especially in a rental car situation, because that could definitely hinder your experience, and just it just make it feel like it's not even worth it because most of your money is going to the rental car, and it's like, damn, man. I think that's why a lot of people also have negative experience doing this. They start to rent, and it's not a good feeling. Trust me, because I just rented a car 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, damn, this is trash. But I'm glad that you mentioned the whole fear aspect, of you holding on that job for, a lot of people say security, like, oh, I need this job for security, but I always believe that it's a false sense of security because you could lose that job. Companies could get acquired by another company, you get laid off. So, a lot of things can definitely happen where you can't even, well, you won't be able to work that job anyway. And it's like, all right, now this fear is gone. I don't have time to worry about what if this don't work. I got to make, something shake quick. And bam,
Right.
like your first full week of driving 1,400 would you say like that was that $1,400 the most you made with both jobs like combined when you was working doing the cable installation and doing Lyft compared to just doing strictly Lyft full time?
Well, if the 1,400 was more than it was like kind of like double than what I was doing in the cable.
Okay.
Because I've been doing cable. I was doing cable a long time, and when I first started doing it, the money was good because everybody was getting cable and internet, and internet was a new thing, and
Yeah.
the money was good.
Mm-hmm.
But as time went on, people started getting less and less cable TV,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the money started getting less.
Yeah.
But I still got to have a job. I got a mortgage. Car notes, insurance. Still having a job. Still got to have a job. So it was more or less like I can do this full time and still be able to manage everything and take control of my time
Right.
and free myself up from being obligated to a job all day. Now I don't have to tell nobody. Like today, like I said, I had to go to court. You know, I had to tell nobody, hey, I need the mornings off where I have to go to court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just went and did it. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
turned the app on and I went and did it. So that's the main thing. Like really opening yourself up, freeing yourself from the obligations of being under somebody else's rule of your time,
Yeah.
trading your time for money, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
at somebody else call. Now it's kind of like your own call. Like I just stopped the app to do the interview with you. And I
Yeah.
didn't have to call nobody and say, hey man, I gotta take this phone call. I need to chill out for a minute,
Yeah.
take my lunch break. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
it's a freeing experience. So what happened was I sent my brother-in-law my little screenshot that I sent you. He was like, damn, man. Like he said he did that in one. I said, man, 6 days. He said, man, I was telling my partner on the phone. He said, man, I bet your brother-in-law feel free. I said, I do feel free, man. Like I can just get out there and go get it, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
don't have no worries. You got not problem, but I got a brand new vehicle now, but you still got to worry about the maintenance on your vehicle and the wear and tear on it. But you know, that comes with any vehicle when you
Right.
buy a used one or you know anything. So anytime you driving it, something liable to happen. So I'd rather be making money doing it versus not making money,
No, I,
driving.
I 100%, agree with that, man. Making that money and, that of course that's one of like the key benefits of doing something like Uber and Lyft is, you in control of your time and, whatever you need to do throughout the day, you could definitely do it without, having, to ask for permission or answer to anyone. And a lot of people they desire that, but it's like they kind of stay stuck to the norm. Like they feel like they need a job to make money, and they pretty much in the same position you in. Like a lot of people start off with a 9 to 5, and it's like, oh, I want to drive part time, but they still want to have that sense of security. How are you able to overcome that fear? Because that's what is a lot of people is afraid of. Like, oh, what if I don't get any rides, or what if I don't make enough money? How are you able to overcome that? Like, what did you have to do exactly?
Well, there's this thing that comes every month called the mortgage. Well, once my car went down, I couldn't go
Right.
to my job, so my hand got forced.
Yeah.
So I was either gonna sit at home and try to see what Take Five was gonna do. I could have waited that out and see how that played out,
Hmm.
but then I wouldn't have been making no money.
Right.
So I just did just did what a man's supposed to do, right? Make a decision. I'm gonna rent this car and just see how it go, and we're gonna go from there. I'll deal with the consequences of a bad decision at that time. You know what I'm saying? When it turned out that it wasn't a bad decision. I mean, because even in the rental car, all I had to do was just drive and put gas in it. I didn't have to worry about maintenance in their car, which was a plus. But I just had to, you know, make ends meet and use that as a means to an end. You know what I'm saying? Until I was able to, you know, make something shake or whatever. So I really didn't have to overcome fear. I just had to be. I was forced to overcome it. You know what I'm saying? I got forced into it.
You know that
more than anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. And like all this fear, you know, or hesitation that people have, I get it because most of it comes from like ignorance or pretty much ignorance. Like you don't know, like this is something new, you never done it before. But actually, once you get out there, you start to take action. Because you have to remember, like in most markets, you have up to 84 hours to drive. So if you driving, you're gonna make money. So it's the same thing. Like when you go to, you know, any job, like you working, so you know you're gonna make money. And it's the same thing with Uber. If you working, you're gonna make money. If you don't work, then you don't make money. But the thing is, I think the fear and the hesitation comes from people not truly believing in themselves or trusting in themselves because they know it's all on them. And I think that's
right.
Afraid. Because if you got a job, you know, people for whatever reason, they'll show up. Like they will show up, but when it's time to get out there and drive, they don't show up. And
you know what that's called? That's called like codependency.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Long as somebody else paying me and I'm somebody else responsible for paying me, I'm gonna show up. But when I gotta depend on myself, everybody want to be INDEPENDT. Do you know what that mean? But do you really know what that mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
do you really want that in the first
do
place?
you really want that? Do you really want that? And kind of like being a contractor on the cable side of it for 20 years, you know, it wasn't that hard to fathom doing it full time. It just was a thing of actually doing it.
Yeah.
Because even in the cable industry, you know, if I ain't working, I don't get paid. So when I wake up in the morning and I start my day, I'm at $0 until I go out and do X amount of jobs.
Right.
You know? So it's the same thing with the Uber and Lyft. And I was actually telling the rider that yesterday. We were talking about, you know, the homeless guys peddling on side the road. You know, I said, man, if they can go out and do this. I mean, you know, because when they go out there, they got $0 for that day, right? They might get, let's say they get $150, they out there 10 hours. That's $15 an hour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Uber. You start your day off, you at $0. You know? So by the time my goal is like 25 rides a day, you know, 20 from $250 to $300 a day, right?
Okay.
So that's kind of like my goal for the day. But last week I pushed myself beyond that because like I say, they had 110 rides before Friday, and you would get like a $235 bonus.
Right.
On the 110 rides. So I pushed myself beyond my limits on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday because I didn't want to have to deal with that early Friday morning before 5 a.m.
Right.
You know? So when I did that and I accomplished that, they had another goal set for me for Friday through Sunday of another $160 for, what was it, 60 rides, right? So between Friday and Saturday, I hit like 50 rides. So that was like $115. I got to Sunday, I'm like, the hell with that other $45, man. I need the rest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And I was trying to hit the 2000 once, you know what I'm saying? So once I hit the 2000, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, that little $45 or whatever, I ain't even tripping on that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know exactly, what you mean. Like once you hit your goal or get close, sometimes you just need to take that break. And I was trying to, airdrop your weekly earnings to the computer, but I'll do that here in a moment before I actually show it, because I just got a couple more questions about that. Um, how exactly did you even find out about the 2 racks a week challenge?
Man, just scrolling on YouTube, man. I ran across your page and I listened to, looked at a couple videos, man. And the last video I was looking at was like you was just scolding people, talking about, man, I don't care about your excuses and this, that, and the third, So I was like, I said I'm gonna try that shit, man. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I said I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it one day. You know what I'm saying? And then like I said, once I seen the bonus thing last week, man, that just kind of pushed it, made it seem more obtainable. You know what I'm saying? Like once I got to like 1,200 after like 3 days or 4 days, you know what I'm saying? That made it more obtainable
Yeah.
to me. So I'm like, damn, I can really like hit 2,000 this week. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I just went for it, man. I just went for it,
Hell
and
yeah.
I accomplished it, man. I was proud of myself
Yeah.
because I actually set a goal out and I accomplished it. Now, what I want to do, I want to do it at least once a month. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna do that every week
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it takes a toll on you. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? It takes a toll on your body, and all weeks are not created equal
Right.
with the rides and with your life. You know what I'm saying? I got teenage, preteen kids, so my life is not always conducive to doing 71 hours, or whatever,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Can you see
I can
the
see it, yeah, I see
okay,
it,
yeah.
yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, this is his earnings. He 70 hour, pretty much 71 hours, 70 hours,
Yeah.
59 minutes for $2,081. Actually could have made more because, no driving Sunday. So bam, there it is. And you see it, you hit your goal. Pretty sure your goal
I ain't
was
lying. See that Thursday, man, when I got that
yeah.
500, man, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I was dog tired. Like because I was down to like 3 rides before I got the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, my eyes were hurting, my head was hurting. I'm like, man, I hope it's like 3 close rides, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't know if you ever been to New Orleans, but we get a lot of tourists down here for like
Mm-hmm.
whatever reason. So, we catch rides like in the French Quarter, stuff like
French
that.
Quarter. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it'd be like $3, $4 ride. I wasn't even tripping on the number.
Right.
I
You
was
just
just
want
trying
the
to get
ride.
to a certain number of rides, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was like, man, I hope it's like 3 little small rides, man, that will wind up happening that night. If the last ride I needed, the chick was going toward my house, which is like 30, 45 minutes outside
Oh.
of New Orleans. So I picked her up and I was bringing her home. And I said, man, I'm so glad you going this way because I need to go home. I'm tired. I said, man, I am
Yeah.
tired, but I needed this last ride in order to make my goal, you know what I'm saying, for the night and to do this challenge. So, but yeah, man, it was actually pretty fun, and it was challenging though, man, because some nights, some days, I would work like partial of the day, and then I come back at night to finish
Yeah.
off. You know what I'm saying? Just like you say, I would drive until they kicked me off the app.
Mm.
I did that at like four of those 6 nights. They had to kick me off the app.
Yep.
And I was like, man. And one night I thought they were gonna kick me off earlier, and They didn't. I just kept going. I just said I'm gonna just ride till they kick me off.
And was this like your first time like getting kicked off the app prior to like, or have you done it prior to this challenge?
I think I got kicked off the app maybe once. Like the first time maybe when I first started doing it, because I didn't know no better. I didn't even know they could kick you off the app.
Yeah,
I was just green, you know what I'm saying? I'm just driving because I'm trying to make money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they just kick me off the app. And I'm like, nah, they just kicked me off the app. But but now I know, I got truck drivers that I know that say that they have to stop driving after a certain amount of time too. So that's okay, well that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that wasn't my first time, but I definitely knew about the being kicked off the app.
Yeah, but that was your first time consecutive. I mean, 4 days out of 6.
In 4 days, that was my first time doing it like that, to the point where they kicked me off the app, man. All them days in a row.
Yeah, I like it, man.
So
shout out. On this channel, I'm real big on, talk about, like readapting, your mind, or readapting towards, certain situations, things that may happen. Like besides, I don't even want to like say like the bonus because that's irrelevant. Like what exactly did you have to do like differently like this week to even like get that amount? Like,
I just had to stay focused, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, because we usually like Monday through Friday, every day I bring my daughters to school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're usually out the truck by 7. And right after I drop them off, I turn the app on right then. Mm-hmm. So from anywhere from 7, let's say 7:05 or whatever, till about 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening, most of that time I'm driving. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like I say, I'm really trying to get the 25 rides, $200 to $250 to $300 a day. So, that's kind of like my daily goals, Also so if I know if I can get the 25 rides, and I'll be somewhere in between that 250 and 300. If I can do 27, because that's how I kind of planned it out.
Yeah.
Monday, I'll do 27. Tuesday, I'll do 27. Wednesday, 27. Thursday, 27. That should have put me somewhere around 108 or something like that, whatever that is. And all I need to do with 2 more rides, I could have just did that on Thursday. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just to get to that 110. So that's kind of how my mindset is, is by the amount of rides or, dollar amount, whichever one comes first. Because some days are better than others, especially around here. Airport run like on a Monday. I might do 4 airport runs, and that's bringing somebody and picking them up at the airport, bringing them back towards the city. Mm-hmm. So I might do 4 of those a day. So on a Monday, I might be at my goal of $250 to $300 at about 15 rides on a Monday. But I'll just, sometime it'll be early, so I'll just keep driving, you know what I'm saying, until I just I had enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so Mondays and Fridays most time are like that because people are in for conferences and we had Taylor Swift here a couple of weeks ago. That was crazy. I did like 1,700 that week without no bonuses. Mm-hmm. So and that was a crazy weekend too, man. But man, so like I said, I'm gonna challenge myself to do that once a month. I said I'm gonna take that once $2,000 a month, and that's gonna be my mortgage payment, right? Mm-hmm. So if I do that once a month, that take care of my mortgage, and everything else will be, take care of everything else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna challenge myself to do that once a month. Do that $2,000 once a month.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good goal, and I like how you just broke down like the numbers and everything right there, because a lot of people, it's like they want like the quick fix. Like, oh, what should I do? Like, should I do this? What time should I drive? And that's why I always tell people, man, just get out there, drive, put the time in, and you're gonna learn. Like all the questions that you may have, you're gonna figure it out yourself. Trust me. Like you're gonna
Yeah,
figure out
yeah,
what
yeah,
areas to be
yeah.
in, how many rides you could do a day, how many rides you need to do per day to get certain bonuses. Like everything is gonna be taken care of by itself, man. And it just requires, that experience and you being consistent. Because one week you can't be, you know, uh 50 plus hours, 70 hours. The next week do 13. The next week do 20. You're gonna be inconsistent. And one thing I know for a fact that inconsistency will lead to all the doubt, worry, and fear that you're gonna have. But if you're out there, being consistent, even if you don't make $2,000, every week, but once you make it once, you could definitely do it again. But okay, now I know I'm capable of doing it. I could repeat
Right,
whatever I was
right.
doing this week and another week and get 2,000. Then like Eric said, like maybe my goal is to make 2,000 once a month or twice a month, and maybe I just need to make 1,500 or 1,300 the other 2 weeks, just to pay all my bills and have a little money, left over to do whatever I please, and that's what it's really about. Man, overcoming, those limited beliefs and those fears. And the quicker you could do it, the quicker you'll be able to succeed at this. And, you could take those same characteristics and principles and, apply it to any other endeavor in life. That's what I believe, because it takes a consistent, a disciplined person to be able to do this in the first place. If waking up day in, day out, you executing and you seen it, like you pretty much did 71 hours in 6 days, not seven, in 6 days. So that just shows the dedication, the commitment and discipline that it takes to have. And that's what most people lack. That's the hardest part. Just people waking up and just showing up, you know?
Right, 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 right.
Just showing up. A couple more questions before we get out, because I know you ready to get back out on the road. Why do you think people don't hit two racks a week, or have a tough time or negative experience doing this?
Well, this is what I found out. Like when I first started doing it, I was green. And I had my nephew, he had done it before. He was kind of walking me through it, and I'm trying to figure it out. You know, I waste too much time in the beginning sitting in the airport
Mm.
lot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would just go sit out there and just wait for a ride. Like I could have been doing so many more
Yeah.
rides that will equal up to the same amount that I'm gonna get paid for that one airport ride.
Right. Hold on, real
Right?
quick. Did somebody suggest you doing that, or you was looking at it from a more logical perspective? Like, oh, if I sit here, I could just do airport rides, or did somebody tell
Well,
you?
that was my nephew he was telling me, he was talking to me. Like I said, he was kind of walking me through it, and I just thought
Yeah.
that would, because they paid the most. That's what he
Yeah.
told me.
Yeah. Right.
The
Right.
airport rides pay the most. But me not knowing, you know,
Hmm.
I'm just going to sit at the airport. You know what I'm saying? Wait for the airport ride, and I'll go and come back. I waste so much time doing that,
Yep.
right?
Hmm.
So like, my thing is, if I'd rather get an airport ride in the city, take that 25-minute ride to the airport. But like back then, it used to be like no less than $20
Hmm.
for the airport ride. Now it might go from anywhere from 11, $13 to 20 something dollars.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of crazy. But like I tell people, on any job you go on, they're not gonna really pay you what you work.
Right.
So you can sit there and go back and forth, or I'm not taking this ride, it's too far for that amount of money. Okay, yeah, you have that right. Now, I agree with some of that.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
at the same time, when you go at a job and they may be paying you $16, $17 an hour, that ain't really no money when you add it up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you spend 40 hours on a job, that ain't even $1,000. 15,
Exactly.
$16 an hour.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So on any job, unless you making your own prices, you're not going to get paid what you think you're worth.
Right.
So when you have the mindset of you doing it because this is how you provide for your family, it's going to take you a lot further than thinking about how many miles you're driving for which amount of money. Because it's going to add up. It adds up fast, especially when you're getting them back to back. You ain't even really looking at the money as it adding up. By the time you be done, you be like, damn, I didn't even think I was at $250.
Right.
But you just was getting rides back to back to back. So that's what I would tell people from my experience is don't necessarily look at how much the ride is paying versus where it's going. Just be, like you say, be consistent and just do as many as you can. And at the end of the day, it's gonna add up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna add. So if you do, like I say, 250, like I said, I do 250 a day for 6 days. That's $1,500 right there. And that, I mean, it take me nothing to make $250.
Right.
You know, on a good day, 250. That ain't really nothing. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
sometimes you gotta challenge yourself though. You know what I'm saying? 25 rides a day. You look at it, $10 a ride. If you do it like that, 25 rides a day for $250, that's $10 a ride. Or if you do 8 hours and you do $300, that's $25 an hour. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it make sense to you and your finances and your situation. You can't really go off of how it worked for other people or if it didn't work for other people. Maybe their situation wasn't set up like yours is set up.
right.
Maybe their financial situation is not the same, or it just everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
And the less people out here doing it, the more rides I get.
Exactly. I'm under the same mindset. Like, good. If you don't like it, cool. More rides for me. But I do like the what you said as far as not sitting at the airport. Like, and I tell people this over and over again. I mean, if you knew, that's one thing. But if you've been out here a while and you still just sitting at the airport, it's like I don't think you want to make money. I think it's like you self-sabotaging. Like you purposely go to the airport knowing it's going to take you a long time to get a ride. Then, there's people out there who do, do stuff like that. Then they start to point the finger. But nah, like just be on the move, because the time that you wait at the airport, you're going to miss out on a whole bunch of rides and a whole bunch of opportunities. And you just gotta get out there and execute and get it done. Don't worry like too much about, oh well, uh this passenger paid, $30 or $40 for this ride and I'm only getting, X amount of dollars. That's gonna definitely, ruin your experience. I like you said, look at it from the perspective. Look, I'm just here to provide, make my money, and get on to something else. And if you truly think you deserve more, then prove it. Like, prove it. No, you don't stop. If I figure out a way where you don't have to drive, or figure out another business that you could start when you can make your own prices if you really think you're worth more. But other than that, obviously it's not true. I mean, everybody will want, more money, but shit, if you using their service, their platform, they gonna set the prices.
Right. That's the thing. Like if you just like I say, with any job you go on, if you don't like
Yep.
how you pay you, they don't want to give you a raise. What you do? You go find you another job, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know what more people want from Uber and Lyft, you
Yeah.
know,
Well,
in
it's to me,
totality. Like
yeah,
they
to
only
me,
gonna
it's just a lot of entitlement. Like people come into this, especially like I get it if they've been driving for a while and they seen like the numbers decline, but oh well, we should be getting paid more. I'm like, yeah, maybe we should, but if we don't get paid, then what you gonna do about it? Like get on the internet and complain? You still gonna drive?
right.
Then let's say you don't drive, then what have you been working on outside of driving, like as far as skill set or education where you can make more money? Because then you don't drive.
Mm-hmm.
With a lot of people, they like, yeah, I used to drive, but now I went back, to a job and it's like, okay, now how much you getting paid at that job? $20 an hour. So it's like, shit, you probably would have made more if you'd have, drove Uber or Lyft. But people, it's either they don't want the. I think that a lot of the time they don't want the responsibility of holding themselves accountable. Unfortunately, most people they need jobs because that's the only way that they would be productive, and that's how it is. But oh
That's
well,
real right there.
yeah,
I'm
that's the
gonna
only way
drop a
that.
I'm gonna drop a little gem. Drop a little gem for the people out here, man.
Yeah,
Like, I had a rider drop this on me. I didn't even know that Uber would pay for you to go to college 100%
yeah, on at
if you do
ASU.
2,000 rides. Yeah. So even if you don't think this is for you, right? You want to do whatever, go do your 2,000 rides on Uber and get your schooling paid for. You can go do whatever you want once you go
Yeah,
get the degree. So it ain't like it ain't opportunities out here.
right.
There's plenty of opportunities for you to make money, go back to school, get educated, get your skills set up, get your paper up at the same time. So I mean, I don't know any jobs that's paying you 100% of tuition to go back to school because they're trying to keep you employed there.
Right.
They ain't trying to get you to move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No, you 100% right. Like, I'm pretty sure they still doing after look into it. I know.
they're still doing it. They're
At
still doing it.
ASU, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
100% tuition. I think it's online classes, but man,
Mm-hmm.
it's plenty of opportunity out here beyond Uber and Lyft if you look for it. The thing is, people they get on the internet, they see these negative videos of people complaining, talking shit, and pointing a finger. But at the end of the day, it's like one, nobody cares. Your family don't care. Your wife, your husband don't care. If you not living the life or making the money, the banks don't care when you got to pay bills.
They don't.
Electricity company, the water company, they don't care.
They
It's
just want their
all
money.
yeah. They just want the money. So none of that stuff, really matters because you made a decision to do it, and there's other opportunities and other ways that you could succeed if you look for them. So stop pointing the finger and just figure it out, man. Come up with a plan. Just make your money. Maybe wake up a little bit earlier, or make your money. Then stack some money. Then all right, I'm about to take some time off, like a week or two off, or maybe I'm only going to drive, like 40 hours these next couple weeks to pursue these classes or courses or get the certification that I need to for a particular job. And that's the way shit you could do it, you know? And one last question, man. Uh, why do you think this challenge is so important?
I mean, a challenge is just that, right? I mean, a challenge is for you to learn something about yourself,
Mm,
right? So, like I tell my daughter all the time, it don't make sense for me to try and do something that I'm already good at. challenge yourself to do something that you're not good at, that you don't even know how to do. Like my daughter was a basketball player, right? So her thing was she always wanted to go right. I said, why don't you go left? You've been in training. You can go left. I said, if you just go right all the time, you making it hard, you making it easy for the defender to guard you.
Yeah.
Right? But if you can switch it up, go behind your back, between legs, go to the left, whatever, now it's harder for that defender to guard you because you don't know where you go. But I don't think I'm going to make it with my left hand. But you don't know that unless you try. You miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. So to me, that's what a challenge is. A challenge is just like shooting a basketball.
Yeah.
If you don't take that shot, you never know if you're gonna make it. If I just keep watching your videos and be like, oh man, that boy tripping, man. I ain't about to be trying to drive no 84 hours to make no 2,000. I ain't tripping. Man, that boy, I just keep watching his video. He entertaining, but I ain't really tripping on what he talking about.
Right.
But I challenged myself to do something that I had never done before. You know what I'm saying? And I shot the shot and I made it. Now I know that I can do it. I'm going to try to do it at least once a month.
Right. And set a whole nother goal. You know, I like that analogy, man. And, you know, you don't know. A lot of people don't know. Hell, I didn't even know that I could make 2 racks until I actually made a decision to challenge myself. You know, I went from, you know, driving 50 plus hours. I was like, man, I'm about to just drive the full amount till they kick me off every day just to see what happened. Then I remember when I made my first $2,800, I was like, wow, like what the hell? I could have been, you know, making these type of numbers, and you don't know what you're capable of. You know, a lot of people underestimate themselves because we don't challenge ourselves. We just, you know, settle for the norm. And if you don't have, you know, people that's, you know, challenging you or showing you what could truly be done, then you won't do it. You would constantly settle. But, you know, you got to set goals and get better. And once you hit your first 2 racks, it's like, shit, that was the first thing I think for a lot of people that they accomplish, you know, something that's meaningful. You're like, damn, I just made $2,000. You know, a lot of people don't even get paid $1,000 a week. You know,
Right.
People
out here eating like that.
Yeah, if you had a normal job, from what I've heard, you know, people that's at like warehouses or factories, it's a lot of times like $500 to like $800 a week. Like even a 15. Let's say you try your first time, you make some mistakes. Oops, I didn't hit 2 racks, but oops, I made $1,500 or $1,700. That's still good from challenging yourself.
Right.
Pretty much effectively 3x your weekly income. So man, like it's a lot of things that you could do, man. The most important part is, you know, striving to become the best version of yourself, try to make more money, setting goals, and, you know, just getting better at life. You know, that's why I think this challenge is so important. You know, I keep saying it over and over again, but I'm not sure how many new people are gonna be coming across these videos, but it's good to just re-emphasize, you know, the whole growth aspect of this challenge, watching people grow, making more money, becoming, you know, happier. And once you hit it, then it's like just opens up a whole nother world, because if you make like $300, $400, $500 a week, like you can't really do nothing. But now it's like, oh shit, 2,000. Now I could pay these bills. Yeah. I could take this other money, you know, get this certification,
saving, pay your credit cards, yeah.
Vacation, you know, buy my kids something, you know. So the opportunities, and it's endless. It's all on you, man. That's I'm gonna leave it at that. Any last words before we get up out of here?
No, man, it was a pleasure, man. Like I never thought that I would actually be on here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I just thought about the shirt. I didn't know an interview would come with it. You know
for real?
I was just
okay.
I was just thinking about the shirt, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I hit my 2 racks. Where my shirt at? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, but nah, man, it was great, man. Like really just bouncing stuff off each other, man. Just kind of like-mindedness. And that's kind of people I like to be around.
Yeah.
I don't like to be around negative-minded people, people that got negative vibes. So, man,
Mhm.
I'm honored and I'm blessed to be here, man. Just brother to brother, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
I'm glad I stumbled across your channel, man. I'll be honest with you.
you. Yeah,
You know
me
what I'm
too.
saying?
Me too.
I'm
Man,
really glad I did, man. So, but
well, you deserved
the
it.
interview, I'll be able to have this interview. Can I?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could send you the
It's gonna
interview.
be on YouTube.
It's gonna be on YouTube. For yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. So you can show
All right.
your family, friends.
Yeah, I'm supposed to put it on my social, man. You know what I'm saying? And post it up on my social. Put the link up there, man. People wanna,
Oh yeah,
go get
yeah.
inspired, man. Like I was inspired.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely got you. And ladies and gentlemen, not another, the 100th winner of the 2 racks a week challenge. We did it. So shout out to New Orleans. Shout out to Eric. And we're going to keep this thing going. So we're going to see how long it takes to get to 200. Today is November 20th, 2024. So we're going to see when we get to 200. But other than that, y'all know what to do. Like the video, share it. If you haven't made 2 racks, try harder. Wake up earlier. Drive at different times. Keep going because not too many people out there that haven't made 2 racks is actually putting in the work. It's very few people that's like, oh man, I'm driving like 70, 80 hours. I still haven't made it. Most people, something happened or, they just don't try. So man, y'all could definitely do it. Remember, it's $286 a day. So figure it out how you can make it. Get that early start.
We still recording. I got one more thing I want to say.
Oh yeah, go ahead. We still recording.
Don't expect to get paid for the work that you didn't put in.
Yeah.
That would be my going home statement right there. Don't expect pay for the work that you didn't put in.
Yep. Exactly. And that's exactly what people want, man. They want to get paid for the work that they didn't put in. Well, I should be able to drive, 40 hours and still have a make, livable wages. I'm like, yeah, maybe you should, but you don't. So what you gonna do about it? Just sit up here and complain, or because obviously complaining ain't gonna pay them bills. So it does no good. So make shit happen. And that's we're gonna leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. So until next time, Ronnie Speed over and out. Mr. 2 racks a week. Drum roll, guitar, piano, violin. Peace.
2 racks a week. Ronnie Speed. Yeah, Ronnie Speed. 60 hours.